Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Let's get ready to rumble!
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How's everybody doing tonight? How are you, Dan? How are you, Billy?
I'm well.
I'm doing fantastic today, even though other things could have been better. Still doing fantastic.
Absolutely. I guess that's all that can be asked for. You're alive and healthy.
Well, alive anyway. I don't know about healthy. Couldn't get into the
Yeah,
doctor.
I don't know if you can consider this lack of hair growth healthy, but okay.
Hello, everybody. I see everybody in there. Fuego, Dan, Chris, Bobby, James, everybody that's in there. I see everybody. We appreciate you guys all tuning in there. Chuck, if I forget everybody, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a jerk about it. I'm going to go back through it. But, sometimes I understand those intros are long, but then sometimes, people really actually love the intros because I didn't play them. It was the last time I was on 2 weeks ago. And people were like, I got like 5 messages from everybody. It was like, what the hell? We know when the intros come on, we have at least another 10 minutes before the show starts, and we run around and get everything ready for the show. They're like, it's almost kind of like my preemptive alarm. It's like, okay, you have 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes left. I was like, yeah, silly.
Now, I'm a realist, and I think that those intros play so long so that Jimmy can go to the restroom.
Sometimes, absolutely. Sometimes so I can get a drink ready, so I can get a couple things ready behind scenes or whatever. But that's only because Billy keeps me on here so long trying to get all his stuff set up right again.
Right.
What's up, Bobby?
I'm trying to get everyone's comments on here tonight as well. It's 19, David. Yeah, it hasn't been 19. We've only been on for 12.
So I don't know if you guys realize this. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
What's up, baby? Yes, sir.
This is Bill here. Just kidding. Just messing with y'all. So finals in like 2 months, man.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Let's give it a minute before we spill the beans.
No. That's not what I was going after. Really, what I was kind of going after is. So, Jimmy, you and I mentioned this a little ahead of time before Dan jumped on with us. But so, as of right now, other than I don't have anything to change with Base Wars for the new year. So, the only thing that we've not used is the the high voltage. So we could add something to Term Lab, right? If we don't take that.
Judges.
So I was just wondering if anybody had any ideas.
Judges only. Only judges.
Just a judges competition. Yeah. I like that because I would be smacking all y'all down.
Here's one for you. And this is a funny one, and I wanted to talk to you about it. Sometimes I hook up like a different I'll hook up my other meter because sometimes the guys like to go head to head. Mm-hmm. So I had my meters. There's a couple of times that I've had like both meters set up, and somebody will have the meter in their vehicle. Well, I have the meter setting on the table, and we call what's it do on the table?
Oh, okay.
And it's called a class where it's what's it can do on the table. You have your meter over there, whatever. And granted, I don't let them pull right up on my tent, so I don't let them cheat. I at least try to get them to stay at least 6 foot back, somewhere in there, whatever. But wouldn't it be kind of funny to see what people do on the table?
Well, it could be. I tell you another
fun one. It was fun.
And I don't recall who told me about this one, but this was put the meter in a car, say in the center of the windshield, right? Okay. And have the competitor car pull up next to them. This simulates what it's like at a red light.
Yeah.
That one I like. Right?
That's what I do for Crowd Loud. I call that one the grandma class because you're 6 feet away at a red light and you're experiencing what it is for grandma on a Friday night here in Sioux Falls at, say, the intersection of 41st and Marion or 41st and Western by Shields or something. And that's what I like to call it. I don't really call it the Crowd Loud class very often. I call it the class
that really took off for me this year, and I really like it, Bullseye.
Yes.
Yeah, I have so much fun with that Bullseye at the shows.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's fun just to watch some guys go head to head to head to head.
Yeah. There's some people that really concentrate on that class. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's fun. It really is. I mean, but I had somebody ask me. They was like, Jimmy, that's not fair because you guys don't always set the number up high, so that's not putting us up higher on the top 10 list.
Oh, I don't even do it that way. What I was doing this weekend for the people that saw the 5 low scores, if anyone saw the results that Billy and John put out today for me with my little show, I had 5 people do a bullseye. And what I do is
class? It was busy.
Everyone to make it fair. I go out to random.org and I put in 12,000 on the low end to simulate 120 dB and 13,500 to simulate 135 dB. Because most factory systems can do about a 117 to 123, maybe 125. So if it's lower score, and I'm taking my little Honda Fit out there that after 3 years I still don't even have a stereo in it, I should be able to get something out of 123 score. And it's great. Other times it's too low and the big guys complain about it, but the little guys or gals don't. And
so
because it's random. I do it 3 or 4 times and that's the number.
Me, myself, I kind of look at the crowd. I look, okay, do I have a bunch of big guys here? Because if I got a bunch of big guys here, normally their doors are going to do 130 and they're not going to be able to keep it low enough that they're not going to be able to go over. So, or do I have a bunch of people here that are running trunk builds and they're still kind of newbies at it or beginners at it? So I try to look at what the crowd is before I set a number. And then if I have like an average of both, then I'll go like right in the middle and I'll do like a 141.76. You know, I throw in the exact numbers in there.
That's a high one. Yeah.
I get frequency cap though. I don't want.
So let me.
Nothing about I do it. So
let me ask you now: am I the only one that thinks if you're not a wall, you're a newbie?
No,
not
at all.
I disagree with you. There's a lot of people that are in truck builds or in other kind of vehicles.
They're new, and they're going to be a wall eventually, right?
No,
they just like trunks and whatever.
There's a lot of people that won't build a wall. They refuse to build walls.
Really?
Yeah.
I won't. I got a good car, and I won't.
Billy knows that. Billy's just being silly.
Yeah, I guess.
What's up, Zach? Now, see this man right here.
Mm-hmm.
This man right here. We were just talking about him a little bit ago.
Now he's the 130 dB king, right?
This man right here did a 160 in old school this weekend or last weekend.
Nah, it ain't so.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I asked my wife because I knew everybody was gonna say something. I said, Sonia, can you go over and just look at his stuff? I said, before he has a chance to change anything, do anything, you just walk right over there.
Back in the day, we had 815s using that stuff. We did not break a 50. You telling me this butthole done a 160 with what? What's he got?
I think he's got 4 18s. I think that's what it is. Zachary, what do you have in there? 8 and 4 18, sir? But I'm telling you right now, he did a 160, and my wife walked over there and verified the music. It was non-rebased, and it was old school in the legal position.
And that
kick him out. Kick him out.
Completely sealed up in the legal position. And I was like,
on our base wars and still be here. We need to just exile him.
There you go. There you go. That's what I thought. 418s on 4K.
Yeah, man. Let me just tell you something. The equipment that you guys have. Hey, can y'all bear with me for just 2 seconds? Just maybe 4. I'm gonna mute my mic. Okay. Hello.
He didn't mute your mic at all. Here, I'll mute him. There. I mute you. Go ahead. But no, I was like, what the hell? So Zach, I know you said you got a little bit more, and I believe so, but just save that a little bit. I want to see that in finals. I'm telling you right now, that's one class I'm very interested in seeing at finals. Is Zachary against the other guy? Because the other guy's got a 161, I believe that's in the leaderboard. I don't know the exact score, but I think he's like a 161. He's real, and I don't know. I think it's going to be a fun class.
I can look that up here really quick since I got my second monitor up and kind of working here today. You want to member? You want a member or global on that one, Jimmy?
Just do a member for finals.
Old school. I know we're going to be looking at the hearse. I'm pretty sure of that. No, actually, we're looking at Brett, Mr. C Pillar himself. Zach, you're in second. You got to go up about 63 hundredths. Because Brett
what's
160.61 and Zach is at 159.99. He didn't even break 160. Sorry.
Okay.
Point, but
yeah, Zach even posted it too. There you go. See, he knows.
If you're able to do a 50, well, I was going to say a 55 or better in that, of which I was going to say there's two people, maybe three. There's actually three people 55 or better in old school, and that is impressive.
I want to play. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try that one. I don't think I could be anywhere close to Zach and them. I think I would probably be at the 55, 56. I'm guessing, but
non-rebase center right there on the window, not over here, not down in the kick, but center, like it says in the rule book. Sealed up, no was open.
My door was literally ripped or literally hanging. Yeah, I thought his door was gonna just fall off the thing. It was just nasty. It was a good video. It was a good show.
There we go. Yeah, and like you said there, Chris, man, if you're able to take pictures and videos and toss them out there like you have been lately, between you and Sam,
he will this week.
Man, I've been posting and approving, I don't know how many times during the week, but I could go out and look at it. I'm just too lazy.
It's pretty cool, and we do appreciate it. And I don't want you guys to think that we don't, but thank you for all the pictures and all the videos and all that. That's awesome, and we do like it. We do like it, seriously.
Pics and videos that I see come through that are specifically for things like that.
It's amazing
because it's not an everyday occurrence. One, that anyone gets to travel to anywhere to see some of the other judges once in a while. You know, for me and Jimmy, it's hard to get to anyone else. Even for us, it would be hard to get together because we're about 350 miles apart from each other, and that's a 6-hour day for Jimmy or me to drive. And I don't want to have to drive that all the time, but I do for you guys and gals. And Jimmy will for you guys and gals, but I don't want to do it for Jimmy. He definitely doesn't want to do it for me.
Hell no. Too old.
It's too long of a drive, man. It's too much sometimes. But for the competitors, for us to be able to do it, that's the fun part for us is getting out and seeing all the different vehicles. Because if all of a sudden Zach's got a new vehicle or Chris has a new vehicle, or Chuck's got a new vehicle, or Stacy and Greg, or Eric, and I'm just going up the name of the list of people here. If someone's got a new vehicle all of a sudden, hey, we want to see it. We want to be the first ones to meet her.
Absolutely. Please, yeah. Definitely show us pictures. Show us if there's a new build or do something. Definitely post pictures online. We definitely want to see them. We want to see them. And just to touch a small bit, and I don't want to go into it deep, but everybody that is in that side chat, Base Wars, just realize that we didn't create that. And half the time, all the people in there are saying whatever. They're not even really affiliated with Base Wars. So if you want any real answers or anything real, just contact Billy or me or Dan. Contact your judge. Just remember that side chat. It is what it is. And I don't want to say anything bad about it, but sometimes you might have somebody in there telling you wrong answers. So just remember, please contact your judges. You're muted, Billy. I cannot hear you.
You muted him, Jimmy.
Oh, hang on. How about now?
Yeah, I was thinking Dan created that. I don't know if he did or not, but I don't know if he was kind of handling that.
Not really the chat, although I kind of admin of it, I guess.
I try to look on it every once in a while and answer on it, but sometimes I see some stuff in there that's just not true, or people are just being plain out assholes or being mean.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't looked at it much. I looked at one thing, and it was something that somebody tagged me in that I needed to give it attention. But that's about it. Now remind me about this Zachary guy doing 160. What this asshole doing? I mean, how you do that in what class?
Old school.
Yeah, you don't do a 160 in old school. Yeah, you don't do that. So we're gonna need to pull his crap apart. And, find out what he's doing. I don't know if he got some steroids in there or what.
Well, I'm telling you, he kicked some ass that weekend. I don't know how else to say it, but he kicked gas that weekend. He took quite a few awards home.
Well,
so that was he should have no point. He's got a nice, pretty build. It's all purple inside.
Did I see 418s?
418s on 40K.
On 40K. Really?
Yeah.
So
just a little bit.
Hold on now. Let me just defend a little bit. Back in the day when I was doing that, we had like 6K. Right?
Let's be real. It was more like 500.
Right. Well, no, it was 4 500s to be exact. Right. On some 18s, right? On 4 18s, as a matter of fact, never broke 50. And you tell me this little dude, I thought you was going to tell me his dude's doing it with 12s. And I'm like, that can't happen. And we just going to have to exile him,
Members, but we are no longer being car idea. Do we have to do anything to withdraw from a membership? No, Guy, you don't. I apologize. Hopefully everything's okay. Sorry to hear that, but no, you don't really have to do anything.
No.
You don't need anything. If you do decide to come back to us, your number's still going to be the same. That's something that Billy's going to keep around.
Which vehicle is Zachary's? Which one is it?
He's got the Trailblazer. The I believe it's a Trailblazer. It's a 4-door. It's either a Trailblazer or a Jimmy. I don't know. What is it, Zach? It's the 4-door gold one.
Oh, it's got the oval opening, maybe.
Yeah. The one that was parked in front of me, and it's all
really
purple.
Loud.
It's very beautiful build too. All inside's nice, and he's got that purple finish on it. And I mean, it's just well put together, really well put together for sure. It's a Blazer. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I remember it. Let me see here. I got my.
I mean, very, very well put together, and just an amazing build. So
let's see. I don't remember the purple. What color? It's gold? Is it gold?
The outside of the car is gold, I want to say.
Yeah. This it?
Everybody's hiding at least one 10K bot.
I'm pretty sure that is, yeah.
So I didn't get inside of it while I was playing it. And every time I come around to take pictures of it, somebody was in it. But that was but still for doing a 160 in old school, right?
Hey, Zach, send Billy a couple of pictures of your build.
I got some. Yeah, I got some.
But no, it was pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Stickers give it.
He was really loud. So I walked by and he was giving a demo, and I was like, "Man, that thing's loud." Yeah, so that's a good build, man. What? I bet I know I have photos of it, but wonder what's in there. 418, you say? Wow.
418s on 40K. Yeah.
I did a video. That's what I videoed that one.
They're
Neos. They're Neos too, but it's a pretty.
Yeah.
Zach, Thomas. Then we got a couple of our guys over in South Africa who got 4th and 5th. And unfortunately, and this is weird for me to say this, and Billy, you can verify this. It's weird for any of these South African competitors to be 4th and 5th and be down so far compared to American score. But Brett and Zach are right at 160. Brett at 160.61.
Yeah.
999. But then in 4th and 5th, Dieter and Brandon, they're down in the 154 and 151 range, unfortunately. So
yeah. They got to step up, right?
I might I might have to come play in that class a little bit.
I mean, what's 10 dB? I mean, like just turn the knob to the right?
Yeah. Well, kind of. Yeah.
No, I'm joking, but yeah. Yeah. So
have a good night, Clark. Sorry. Hopefully everything will be okay.
So this weekend, I am going to the Sundown show in
No, he's definitely not going to our show.
somewhere, I think in South Carolina is where the Sundown show. North Carolina. No, it's in North Carolina.
Lincoln is my show that I'm having this weekend.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Dan, you did a show called something to do with a wheel. Wheel Jam, maybe?
Wheel Jam, yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to hit that show next year. Yeah, that show looked fun.
It is a great show. We had a new building this year to play around with because it was myself and Jimmy and I know the other judge from the other org up here with Midwest. We know Ryan Ravenscroft very well. And we were inside a brand new building. And when I mean inside, we were inside a horse arena again. Brand new building. And just, it was perfect for us. Again, we had 50, 60 locations set up inside, basically. And we need more. We had one of our good friends through both of us who, well, I'm going to do a shameless plug here. I have to. Not really shameless, but Stephen Weber, one of my competitors who does pretty much an extreme vehicle now, he made a great mouse / keyboard / desk mouse pad for me with his big company on it. And I got to give him props for it because he also forked out an additional amount of money because we ran out of parking space inside the building. And they said, well, it's going to be $10 more. And Stephen, without question, handed out his wallet and forked over $10. It was a lot more than $10, but I'm just saying that it was 10 because I didn't actually ask him, and nor did I ask him for any money, nor did Ryan or anyone else that was there. But we have a great location there. It's 4 days, a Thursday through Sunday in Huron, South Dakota, that is anything and everything on wheels. It's everything from unicycles to a couple of years ago.
I think I saw 18-wheelers, right?
37 axles on it going out to the dam. And I've never seen anything like it. But we have a midnight semi parade that goes by. All their lights are on their trucks, on their rigs, the bikes, the trikes, the cars, the regular trucks, the combines, everything. It's everything on wheels. So we see it all. And it's kind of cool. It's the second biggest thing in South Dakota next to Sturgis, which just ended last weekend. And it's fun to do. So by all means, come on up. We'll get you somewhere to stay at it, and we'll get you all the food you need because it's also a barbecue championship for the state. It's got all kinds of other events with it, but ours is obviously the best one there. Right up very close to the barbecue championship. So swing on up.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about a little bit of everything this year. I think
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not excited about our award this year. It's a ring for you guys that don't know.
I think it's amazing.
So this is it's green and purple on the top side, but since I'm using a green screen, it appears hollow, right? So, so this is our finals rings. We want to appreciate Resilient Sounds and Kicker, of course, for helping us out with this. So this is your first place finals rings. And so next week, I'll probably get started on the second, third place. There'll be something custom. I personally and not crazy about these because every other org does them. So I didn't want to do them, but the other judges felt like this was a good idea. And since I'm not a butthole, I listened to my judges, and the judges thought this was best, and this is what we did, right? The other judges other than me. So rings for first place, and cool stuff for second, third.
I don't know. I mean, I agree with you, and I necessarily didn't want to go down the whole ring path, but I just got tired of hearing everybody yapping. Oh, well, look at this organization doing rings. Look at this. Look at them doing rings. 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 Why are you guys not? Why? And I just, I don't know. That's why I kind of, I've been on you for a while too as well, and I'm one of them judges. It was like, I wanted to please you guys. I know, but I've seen what Billy has did, and I have a couple of awards for what Billy has did. Billy does some pretty badass awards.
And be honest with you, as we've gotten bigger, I've not been able to do those kind of things, but simply this, man. So I just don't want it to cost too much for finals for people, for Base Wars finals. I mean, I don't want to do that. And then, but also, y'all, and I know you don't get it, but man, shipping costs a fortune on some of these things. And so some of those awards, I would have had to crate up. It was cheaper for me, honestly, to drive them. You remember, I drove these, Dan, I think I came to you too, right? I drove around the country delivering these finals awards, and I'm like, so we just got to be a little bit smarter about it since we've gotten bigger. And those. I had to drive around the country delivering those things because it was cheaper for me to make that route than it was for me to crate those up and ship them. And that's a third. That's a small one. Yeah, that's a small one. So
that was a tiny one.
Yeah.
It irritates my wife because like last weekend when I competed, I took a first and a second, and I keep my awards.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, why do you keep them? I was like, because I won them fair and square, and I hang them up on my wall. But eventually my wall's going to be plastered with fucking Base Wars, and I won't have to do anything. It's just going to be all Base Wars trophies.
Right.
But I don't take them just because I'm a judge. I only take them when I win them.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, so this year, this is what you guys will get for first place. In second place, I'm going to fabricate them, and I'll be starting after the Sundown show. I'll be starting in a couple weeks.
Jamie's got a couple trophies from you.
Do what now?
I said Jamie's definitely got a couple trophies from you.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. You're right. Custom is expensive. This is not me. So, by the way, I don't know who's somebody's on the base. That's fine.
One of the judges. It's probably
that was me.
Judges commenting as Base Wars, which is cool. I'm proud to see them getting active. But custom is expensive. What do you say, Dan?
But it's good. When the stuff is custom like that, it can be expensive because you make one die for it, and you got to everything else.
Yeah. So honestly, because every other org does these, I didn't want to do them. Everything about Base Wars is different than any other org I've tried. But to be honest with you, some of my class names, I guess, some of the other orgs had them. I didn't realize, or I would have changed it. But I like to be different. And so these are not different. This is just like everybody else, and I can't stand them. That's just me. But I have a crap load of them, so we're going to be getting them. Congratulations to you guys, because you guys like them, and that's why we did it. It's not because I like them, because I don't. But you guys like them, so we have bunches right here, right there.
You get all linked up.
I have 250 of them right there for you guys.
Billy came to my show a couple weekends ago and brought me one, and I walked around with one on for a little bit. It's like, look.
I meant to leave it there. I meant to leave it for you to show people, and I don't know where it is now.
Jimmy's back.
Right.
No, I gave it back to him. He took it with him. Trust me, I wish he would have left it with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. It'll be cool. It'll be cool.
So I saw
this weekend.
I saw a question earlier that I think this right here. What was the inspiration for Base Wars? The inspiration for Base Wars back in the day, which, hey, I don't know if you guys realize it or not, but we're crowding 10 years. Next year was going to be our 10-year anniversary. We're going to blow out, right? We're going to blow out. But so the inspiration for Base Wars. So I've always been a competitor, and so I've always competed in USAC. Nowadays, you guys call it USAC, which is kind of ignorant in my opinion, because United States Auto Sound Competition International. Seems like that don't make sense. Anyway, so USAC is where we always created and where we competed, and but. So I started doing some little meet and greets. There was no shows. USAC wasn't around here. Where I was at the time, DB Drag, they never had. I don't know if DB Drag's ever had a show in Mississippi. Mecca, right. A little bit, maybe. But anyway, it's a USAC. It's a USAC area. And we didn't have any shows. Nobody would come. Nobody was putting on shows. So I started an organization called the National Sound League. Now, this was well before 2016. This was a long time ago, probably to 2010. But we never actually did anything. And then later, we started doing some meet and greets, and I was talking with a couple of people in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and the name Base Wars came up, and it was Steve, and it was Keith Payne and Steve. I can't remember Steve's last name, but they were selling router bits and stuff. They had a business doing that, and I don't remember the name of that business, but. But anyway, so we were standing around and I was trying to come up with a name, because the name I had picked was National Sound League, which I was going to abbreviate NSL, which kind of relating to Saturday Night Live, SNL. But anyway, so we were standing around and I can't remember which one, if it was Keith or Steve, said Base Wars. And at that time, this is going to be dating ourselves. I identify as a 27-year-old, by the way, but you can do that nowadays. So somebody came up with Base Wars, and at that time there was a movie called Fast and the Furious. I know many of you guys never heard of it, but they had a thing in there called Race Wars. So when he said Base Wars, I said, boom, that's it. And so it became Base Wars, and that's kind of how that got started. So as much as I do own and run Base Wars, but I mean, honestly, other people create it. I'm not creative. These other guys created it, and so he came up with the name, and then so I went with it, and so that's kind of how we are. So that is what was the whatever the question was. What was the incentive for Base Wars? That was it. We were doing meet and greets. It turned into competitions, and somebody else kind of came up with the name. I am not creative. Jimmy Ham came up with most of the names for the classes on the definitely the Demo Wars classes. We were riding back from Kicker one night. We had gone to Kicker for some kind of training, and me and Jimmy were talking. Jimmy Ham owns a Pro Audio Center there in Richland, Mississippi. And
good guy.
We were talking, and so all the hurricane type, we decided to do weather related stuff, and that's where you have your demo classes. That's where that come from. So most of the really cool stuff of Base Wars, I didn't come up with, y'all. I'm just not creative, but I'm not stupid either. So if somebody comes up with something cool, I'm gonna use it. I'm not an ego, guy. So I don't care if I come up with it or somebody else comes up with it. If it's cool, we use it, right? So, anyway, there's that. Yeah. So that's kind of how that was the thought. But National Sound League was the original. I probably created that back in probably 2000, and man, it was early. But it just, we never did anything with it. And so me and a buddy of mine named Jason, he's passed now, but I can't remember at what point I decided to. Jason started doing his own thing professionally. His life took off, and I started doing something else. And then at some point, I decided to take this whole bass thing a little further, and that's kind of how we got started. Let's see. Can somebody help me? I'll be at Nopi in September. So this.
It depends on, do you want to do music classes or bird classes, sir? Because if you're trying to do a music class, pretty much any frequency you want, all the way up and down from 0 to 19, 40 to 60, or 40 to 53 hertz, sorry. And then we also have bird classes as well. So that, I would consider that to be a no-wall build. Because you can't really say it's a trunk build because it's a Jeep. But what would you say? Would that be a trunk?
I think he's probably going to be most interested in the demo wars. That's what I think. And I think this will be a Greg Kelly thing. And look, like kudos. Like I just told you that I personally am not really responsible for a lot of the cool things about Bass Wars. Some other people have mentioned things and we brought in. So there's that. So I don't take credit for the cool things in Bass Wars. Is Dan, are you froze? Okay, no, you're not froze. But so anyway, Greg Kelly. So if you really want to question, if you really want to know, you'll see him in the comments. His Facebook name is Stacy and Greg Kelly. I think Stacy.
Yeah, Stacy and Greg.
So Greg got us intertwined with the Nopi shows, I believe. So Greg will be your guy, but you probably, as a Jeep build with 2,000 watts, are probably interested in what we call demo wars. And that's not a pressure thing. You can do that for sure. But I would be willing to bet you'd be interested in our demo wars. And that goes basically by the number of speakers you have. It puts you in a particular class. Greg Kelly can hook you up with that.
I get a couple of different people that actually run that class. You are really low again, Dan.
I stepped away from the mic a little.
Yeah. Sorry, not trying to be rude. You're just like really, really low, sir.
Nope, just I was leaning back in my chair a little bit.
I like to think of our demo wars as kind of a sound quality outside the vehicle thing. But if the two sound qualities are equal, louder wins.
Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. I love demo wars. I'm coming for that. There you go.
Yeah, he's all into it. And I have not heard his build, but I kind of heard it because he turned it up in Tennessee, and I understand I heard it in Mississippi. It was that loud. That's what I heard. I think this was at one of Greg's shows. I don't remember which one.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working on mine. I want the overall. I'm not really caring about the numbers as much anymore. I just want the overall.
Well, you got to have the numbers so that you're not a PUSSY, right?
I put mine in the lane all the time just to prove what I can do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
like 4 weekends ago, somebody told me I couldn't do a 60. I pulled it in the lanes. I did a 60 and I shut it off. Is there a little bit more in there? Maybe just a little bit, but I did the 60 that they said I couldn't do and left it alone.
Yeah.
Right. I can't leave it all out on regular show. I got to leave it all out at finals because that's the show that matters.
Right. Not when it comes to the class that I'm actually having to run in. I have no chance. I'm just playing. Because unfortunately, with the build that I have, it's just I have to go against the bigger boys.
Yeah. So
it's not there. I need more power.
For you guys that don't know, I'm excited to tell you. So Base Wars is building a Jeep to go to Jeep shows, right? And so it's going to have 815. It's going to have 6 inside, 2 out the back, kind of to have a party crowd. But it's called Warhorse Jeep. I made a page for it. I don't know if I made it public yet or not, but I will. And I'm going to post all the photos of the build, but we just really finalized all this stuff with Kicker last week. Jimmy, when I left your place, I went to Kicker and we finalized all that. So on that page called Warhorse Jeep, I'll blast it. I'm not even sure if it's public right now. I don't even remember. But anyway, so I will submit on that page. I will show you guys the proposal that I emailed to Kicker, right? And so you guys will be able to see from start to stop the okay, I want to do this, and you through the build and then to of course things at the shows, but from start to stop, from concept, you'll see what we think, and then the concept that we sent. And just because I run Base Wars don't mean I'm Jack. Kicker, they help us, and we love them for it, and we thank them for it big time. Resilient Sounds too, but so Kicker, they got behind me on the Jeep build, and I am going to publish publicly the proposal that I sent to them. I had to write a proposal. I didn't have to, I guess, but I know that if you want to get something in business, you kind of got to tell people what they're going to get from you, if they'll do business with you. But anyway, I'm going to publish all that stuff from start to stop, and you guys will be able to see it. So I'm kind of excited about it.
It's kind of cool. So what he's saying is, in layman's terms, he didn't ask for a full sponsorship, so don't take that the wrong way, guys. Because there's not a such thing as a full sponsorship. He asked for a little bit of help.
Well, what I did actually,
a tiny bit of discount.
I did. I asked for the moon. I did, but I didn't get everything I asked for. But I will give you guys. You guys will see that proposal, and you'll see. And then you will see what I got, and you'll see why I got it probably. Just because so many people think, oh, I want to get sponsored.
It's hard. It's hard as hell.
Well, not only is it hard, it's just not really deserving often. So I mean, you can't say to yourself, I want to get sponsored and go to 2 shows a year. That ain't gonna happen. I pitched to Kicker. I'll show you this later in the thing, but I think that Jeep will probably hit, 40 to 80 shows a year. That's a lot of shows. But now they're not all Base Wars shows. They're going to Jeep shows, So it's a Jeep. It's going to Jeep shows. But I mean, you got to think about it. What are they going to get for all their for their contribution? So, but I'm just saying, I'm going to show you the proposal that I gave to them, and then of course, as we start doing it, I'll go through what they actually gave. They can give me everything I wanted, But so anyway, that'll be cool.
That will be, actually.
Yeah.
Really will. I don't know where you went there, Dano. We lost your video. I don't know if you're still there, but your video's gone.
I think Dan went to bed.
Yeah, well, honestly, there's no such thing as a sponsorship anymore. They might help you out and they might do a little something, but the days of full sponsorship, that's long gone.
Well, Jimmy, it may be, but I think there's some responsibility on I would say competitor, but I don't mean competitor.
100%.
People, I think that the people they got to realize it. If the manufacturer's giving you some kind of a deal, a sponsorship, then you owe it to them to go to some shows. And also, I'm going to be delicate here, okay? But you also can't be a butthole online. You got to be a positive Jimmy, what's the word? A positive
role model, influencer, role model, kind of, yeah, just a positive person, period.
Yeah. I mean, and so if any of these companies go look at your social media, and they're going to, if they have a brain in their head, and you have negative post after negative post after negative post, they're not going to give you a sponsorship, man. So, and
it's funny you say that, because I mean, that it goes in so much deeper than most people realize, because I can remember I was sitting back when I first got into the kind of higher up management, and I'm in the office and I'm doing my paperwork and I'm doing everything that I needed to, and I'm sitting back there typing on a computer in my office, not bothering anybody else, but I'm listening to everybody else talk. And they're like, "Oh, well, we can't hire this person." They're like, "Why?" And they're like, "Well, did you see the post that they made on Facebook? Or they said this on YouTube, or they said this on this, or this on this?" And I'm like, wow. I mean, think about it. They're getting to the point where they're actually looking you up on Facebook, looking you up on Instagram, all the other millions of.
And actually, they should, right?
And I know, but that just kind of, it goes back to the whole very important thing that I've said for a long time. You can't be a douchebag or a ass to people and expect to just be that way your whole life and get anything from anybody from you for it, I guess I want to say, because it's not going to happen. I don't know. I'm not going to keep dragging it on. Sorry. But it's no.
Yeah. You have to be something that people would want to see, to be sponsored, You
okay there, Dan?
Oh, yeah. Had the neighbor come by, heard her knocking at the door. So,
oh yeah,
it doesn't help living with mom when mom's got more neighbor friends than you do, and they were just here and they needed to drop off something for you for technology stuff. So, picked up a laptop for a neighbor is all. Got to fix a couple little other things.
So this right here is pretty big deal too. I'm telling you, companies look at this. You have to be not a butthole on social media. Contrary to what most people believe, you don't have to respond to everything. Jimmy, this past weekend was a good example, was it not?
What's that?
This past weekend was a good example. Man, I'm checking into a hotel. Somebody's messaging me. I don't see the messages. I'm checking into the hotel. This is when I'm leaving Jimmy's spot, I think. Is that right? Was that coming from your area this weekend? I don't remember.
No, that was last week.
And so this guy messages me, and then he starts cussing me, and it goes on and on and on. I ain't seen these messages because I'm checking it, and this is all in 10 minutes. So I'm like, you can't be that kind of guy and expect to get, a sponsorship, especially online, So, and this knowledge for you guys. Listen, I haven't spoke to the fella that was messaging me. I did. I responded to his message because I'm not butthole. But don't message anybody and give them an ultimatum and tell them do this or else. That's not wise. I'm a nice fella. I am. I promise you. But when I was told do this or I'm not effing this and effing that and effing that, immediately my response when I get something like that is that, I'm like, who do you think you are to message me like that? I mean, I'm nobody special, but I'm a person. And so I'm like, so I got those and I was like, so honestly, I was checking in the hotel and I saw a glimpse of them. And I was like, okay, well, something's on. I need to really read this better on the computer because I don't like to do much on my phone. And I read these and I'm like, something's right. Something's wrong. So I waited and opened my computer up. And yeah, this person was just like, I don't even remember what it was about. Jimmy, did I talk to you about it? Because I remember I asked you, was your guy. Anyway, so I'm like, no, man.
I think it was over. I think it was over points or shows or something.
That's right. He was like, if I'm a member, do my points count? I'm like, yeah, your points count. But he had gone on just giving me the F bombs, and I'm like,
see what the hell?
No, man. I'm like, who do you think you are to step to me that way? I'm like, I'm a nice guy, but so I'm saying, don't do that kind of thing if you want sponsorship for sure. Now, I'm not sponsoring anybody, but I'm just saying. Yeah, that was
Billy's going to sponsor me. He's going to put a sticker on the side of my vehicle. That's his sponsor. That's going to be his sponsorship.
Yeah,
because I ain't getting shit else from it.
For this vehicle.
Hey, bear with me for 1 second. Okay, I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, hello, Jimmy. Well, Billy's muted.
I can.
I'm going to change the thing really quick that I said I was going to for you.
Oh.
On that one. And
okay, yeah, most definitely.
I think we should make that. I think we should make this stuff happen here for us here really quick.
Yeah, well, I was kind of waiting for that person who was supposed to be getting on at the end or the beginning of this hour with us because I wanted him to be here while we make this announcement. So hang on 1 second. If not, then we're just going to make it happen anyway.
I'm not publishing yet. I'm just changing.
I get you. No, you're good.
I'm not publishing yet. Where is it here? Damn it! I just had it. There we go. 2025. Wait, yeah, we are at 2025, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is one of the nice things that I get to do here, folks. Is every once in a while, I get to actually play not necessarily the creative game, but I make all my own events, and I get to take some liberties with them with the wording and things like that. And if I've got a special person I want to call out on something, I do. And on this particular event that's coming up here, I got a great person I get to call out, hopefully later on tonight, along with a great location, and hopefully get a little bit more out of it with a couple other things that I'm going to change on it here tonight as well for Jimmy and myself.
Myself.
We get to do all kinds of good things, and it is fun doing it too. All right, I think I got one good thing on here for us, Jimmy, and I know that Billy will like it.
What's that? No, I'm catching up because I was on the phone with my dad for a second.
Changing little things that you know about and Jimmy knows about and I know about and nobody else knows about yet.
All right. So I just got off the phone with the gentleman, and he's just now. He's not going to be able to be on tonight. So I will get him on at a later date, and we'll have a little bit more further details on it. But I guess I will
not be changing anything on here tonight. Then
I guess I want to go ahead. No, I'm going to announce it tonight.
Okay.
So I want to go ahead and announce that basically the Midwest finals are going to be held at 712 Boom.
Okay. Are you guys the Midwest?
Yeah, we're Midwest.
Well, what the hell is Indiana? Because that ain't Midwest.
Indiana is not in Midwest to me. To me, Midwest is
Midwest.
Iowa.
That's
the
right?
Lakes area. Brandon doesn't know where he's at.
No, Brandon doesn't know where he's at. He's crazy. So basically, we are going to be doing the finals for us down here at 712 Boom. For anybody that is a member only, you will be able to come and run finals with us. But also, we are going to be doing something a little new this year, and Dan O'Brien is going to be with us And on the opposite side of the tent, Dan O'Brien is going to be running a new show for the new year. So even if you're not able to run finals, you'll still be able to come down and run and get points for the next year. And then the following day on Sunday, we will be running one more show. So you'll be able to get actually 2 shows out of the very first weekend of Base Wars for the following year. So it's going to be kind of exciting. It's going to be a little bit new for us, but I think honestly, it's a great location. Everybody that's been there knows what we're talking about. So it's going to be you're going to have Dan there. You're going to have me there. You're going to have my wife there, plus everybody else. I think it's going to be a great time, and it's going to be a good show. So, definitely everybody come out and check us out. It's the weekend of the 4th. I want to say the finals is on the 4th. Oh, okay. With that, it's going on the finals there.
It is.
So, I mean, but it's going to be good for us all. I think it's going to be a great location, and it could possibly be. There's free camping there for the weekend. There's definitely hotel rooms around there as well too. So I don't know. It's going to be great.
Well, you can't make it great.
It is at the Icky Nickel in Sioux City, Iowa.
Icky Nickel.
Now is Tajan involved in this?
Yes, Tajan is actually the one that proposed this to me and brought it to me, which is an amazing. I love him to death. So he was supposed to be able to come on with me tonight, but he's just running so far behind because he's got a job that
he's just a fly guy.
No, he's pushed. He's a welder.
A welder.
I
would not pictured that.
He's a mobile welder, and he does a lot of crazy stuff with his. But he also runs probably a 3 or 4 man crew with him as well too. So he's busy.
Okay,
yeah. So listen,
just so many extra things that he does.
Yeah, there's a little bit of other things there too that I didn't want to leave. Yeah.
Several of the judges are going to be combining finals this year because there were a couple reasons, but one reason I asked them to do it is because we want you guys to seem like you're having an actual bigger show, right? We do want you to not have to travel to finals, but we're not saying we're going to have every finals in your backyard, but you also want to show, and because we do it satellite, you will never go to a big show because we do it satellite. That's just how we do it for Base Wars. Now, the alternative would be one show somewhere in the center of the country or somewhere in the country like the other orgs do. I think DV Drag and Mecca do it over on the East Coast. To me, that alienates the middle of the country and the west of the country. So that just says F you to them. And then, so the smart thing, if you were going to only do one, would be what USAC does in the center of the country, close to. Jimmy's in the dead center of the country, but at least USAC does it in Oklahoma, which is kind of close, right, Jimmy? Isn't it Oklahoma?
Yeah, it's Oklahoma, yes, sir.
So everybody would only have to travel so far, but for you guys at Base Wars, you don't have to travel that much. And so, though I'm happy that you don't have to travel that much. I'm not saying we never said that you won't have to travel at all, but we want you to feel like you're at a finals. I mean, you want to have a bigger show, right? I think that's the one thing that Base Wars is lacking is a big show.
Yeah.
So some of the judges are going to be combining themselves, like Dan and Jimmy, and try to make for a bigger show for you. So
yeah, I just think it'll work out better for everybody.
Yeah.
In the long run, absolutely. And Paul, we've had the finals in the same time for like the last 4 years. Shut up.
Well, Mike Quisenberry, he has my blazer that I've been waiting on him to deliver to me. But I told him I'd give him $100 for it, and he's not dropped it off yet. I don't know if he's like retarded or dyslexic or what. But I think he called me Bailey, so I didn't know he was speaking to me.
Cool, Jamie. That's congratulations for that.
Picking on Mike, but yeah. 17th wedding anniversary, and he's spending that at Base Wars Finals, so that's pretty thrilling. That's pretty thrilling.
Yep. Absolutely. I just had my 31st last weekend.
And I'm gonna tell you something too, man. Yeah, congratulations, Jimmy. I tell you what, to each his own. But to me, the definition of success for a man is a long marriage, kids, whatever. You had that. So see, to me, I don't know. You live in a $1 million mansion. You got how many square feet? You can't even count that many square feet, right? But to me, the definition of a success is the wife, the kids. You have all that. So blessings to you, man, and congratulations, because that's not easy. I'm divorced. I don't know about Dan, but I think Dan probably divorced. I mean, looking at that hat he's wearing, if it was red, he might be having a girl in the behind that.
Yeah, I'm happily divorced, so there's a difference.
Yeah, but anyway, congratulations, because I don't know what everybody else thinks success is, but to me, that is the definition of success. So I think, Jimmy, that you are very successful.
It's a blessing. I couldn't do anything without her. I'll tell you that right now.
Right. I personally don't think it's money or anything like that. I think it is the family. That's what I think. Yeah. So congratulations. I did see that 31 years. That's a long time, man. Congratulations.
Sonia had to go down. Jimmy had to go way up to find her. Sonia just had to look down and say, "Oh, there he is. Okay, I'll take him, I guess."
Right. We don't know what Sonia was drinking that day, but we won't go there.
Something that was really, really strong. That's
right.
Yeah.
My bad. You just always came around at the bad time when I was actually letting it cool down. Like I let it play for 3 hours, and then he came over. Was like, "Hey, can I get a demo?" I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm actually letting it cool down right now."
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, Clay will understand that. He's got to be able to. He got to let it cool down sometimes too.
That's amazing. It's amazing, Tajan. Absolutely. Oh yeah, we all heard about that, Jason DeClue. Look at that, Mr. DeClue in the house, everybody. He got a 75 to the head. He's always saying that he wouldn't tap out, but Chris Lee made his ass tap out real quick. He shut the door on him and gave him about 3/4 volume.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I stood next to some bigger builds. Chris Lee's. This was in a field in Tennessee. I don't know what state it was, but Chris played his vehicle, and I had my computer on the table under my tent, and I was not paying attention to my computer, and I never told Chris this, by the way, but yeah, man, it vibrated my computer off the tent. Off the table, killed it. Killed my computer. So yeah, some of those bigger bills, RPs. If you guys have not heard RPs, now he plays a higher frequency, but that gun hurts. It hurts before you even get in it. I challenge many of you to even stand beside that thing. Get
to know Greg Corbin.
Oh no!
Or get into Carlos.
Yeah, you could stand under Greg Corbin's. No way, you ain't getting Carlos either.
I've crawled up into Greg's before he started rebuilding it and going completely full extreme craziness with it. But yeah, no, I haven't been in there in a while. At that point, I know better. I like to say there's not very many people that can tap me out, but I also am not stupid and I know my limits.
Yeah,
so
my limit is about.
I'm sorry, but I'm not getting in Chris Lee's vehicle. Let me rephrase that. I've got in his vehicle and I've got over the wall, but I would not let him shut that door. I would not let him build pressure. I'm not stupid,
right?
Because I know he's going to rearrange my lungs, and my dumb ass is going to sit there and try to hold it and not tap out. But no. So I know my limits, and I know when enough is enough.
Yeah,
I won't do it.
And
I learned that from Joe Price. Price Hartman.
That was an awesome van, and Devin Crawford's got a pretty nasty van too. Like I say. Devin plays a lot of lower frequencies too, so his is a little bit more tolerable. But like Carlos's, I don't know if I've ever really heard Carlos play a lower frequency, but
I don't think he's always been in that higher frequency. Anytime I've ever, there's just
but yeah, some of those vehicles, man. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of people that say I can get in, I can take it. Yeah, you ain't taking those 70 plus. You ain't doing it.
Not unless it's just no. There's no way. And I'm telling you, I ran my mouth, and I found out what happened after I ran my mouth.
I didn't hear this one, but and a lot of you guys have heard Walt Johnson's name probably, but Walt is in South Carolina, I think, and he's just really good at SPL. Now, I never heard this vehicle, but I remember Greg telling me about it, and that it was Greg said he was like away from it, and he's like, when he fired it up, he's like, oh my God, what the hell, kind of thing. So some of you guys are just some people are just really good at SPL. I mean, some people are, and some people ain't, but apparently Walt is.
Yeah, no, I just I've had enough. I've felt the pain, I felt the stupidness, and I'm not doing it. I'm not getting into nothing that loud. I'll hear it from the outside, and I might sit in the doorway.
Yeah,
but under no circumstance am I letting you seal me up in a vehicle.
For me personally, now understand that I do miss a lot of demos because though I haven't made any in a while, I normally take video for Base Wars, right? So think of me as I'm gonna walk around, get the video kind of thing. But nobody else does it. I have to do it. So but that being said, I don't get into a lot of demos, and so I haven't gotten into some of these vehicles. But like I'm telling you, Steve Duncan's van, whatever it's doing, is all I want, and that's just why he's giving me the demo. So if Steve Duncan can close that door and do more, I want no part of it. None. A 68, 69 is I'm tapping out. I don't want no more. It don't feel good. I'm not happy about it. Y'all can have it. Give me Dan O'Brien's 12 and a Festiva. Right.
I tell you, I got in that Russian wind machine. 212s. I got in that Russian wind machine there with Brett, and they sealed us up. And I'll tell you, that thing is pretty fucking nasty.
Get you the hair trick out of that 212s.
I'm done with that stuff.
I'm gonna tell you something. I see this comment right here, but I'm telling you something. You let Steve Duncan play a high note, and you ain't handling it. You ain't handling it. You coming out. It hurts. Yeah.
Yeah. See, he's even admitted it. Sometimes you need to learn to just, I'm sorry, Jason, shut the hell up. Enough's enough. Let it go.
Yeah.
Enough's enough. But
yeah, look, nobody's going to stay in a 70 plus build. You're just not going to do it because most any 70 plus build is going to be at high frequency, and it's going to just hurt. You don't want
hurt. I mean, you might be able to sit in there for a couple of minutes or I'm sorry, a couple seconds.
Is there anybody, Jimmy, Dan, is there anybody doing 70s at 30 hertz that what people like to hear? Is there anybody doing that?
I don't think I know anybody doing a 70 at 30 hertz, period. I mean, anywhere. And I might be wrong. I'm sure there might be somebody somewhere, but I do not think that there's anybody doing a 70.
I don't think that exists. I don't think that exists.
No, sir.
I just don't. But that being said, Duncan's got to be close. So, if he's close, then probably who else can even play in the 30s? What is Matt? I've been next to Matt Brown's bill, but I don't know what his frequency, his sweet note is. I don't know.
Well, everything's going to be all new and different for Matt because he's always constantly rebuilding and changing stuff. Yeah. Like he's got a bunch of new shit coming out, and I'm not going to say nothing, but it's all going to be different. I'm telling you right now, y'all are not going to recognize or know what vehicle's coming. Right. It's all different again.
Here's one now.
Matt loves to change it up and to step his game up, and let me tell you, he has stepped that game up.
Who's that?
Matt Brown.
Yeah, well, I haven't heard it since.
Oh, it's all new. No one has.
Diablo, I think, has rebuilt the Diablo guy. Is that right?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
He's rebuilding it. So, so I've heard Chris. I've been next to Chris's anyway, and I mean, he plays such a wide frequency. You don't know what he's going to play. But he also did. He I don't remember, but he's the first one we carried the meter to. You know, we did it live, and this coming weekend, actually at Sundown Show, a lot of these guys, I'm not really sure. Greg knows a lot more about this, but this weekend I'm going to carry the meter unless I can talk Greg into it. But he kind of hurt his knee kicking a dog, you know. But unless I can, if I can't talk Greg into carrying the meter to some people, we're going to carry the meter around the Sundown Show to all those guys demo and see if they will get into some of our classes, right? And we'll try to see if they want to get involved. Greg hurt his leg kicking a red dog. I think, I don't know exactly what he was doing, but you know. but anyway.
No.
Yeah. So we're going to do that. So maybe we will get to see some numbers on some of these guys. Like Steve Duncan, I don't know if he'll do it or not. He used to compete, but he quit. Just didn't like chasing numbers. I think I haven't had that conversation with him, but
yeah, he's kind of like,
well,
he doesn't care. He knows he's loud as hell, and
no, I don't believe that. Now, a lot of them think they're loud, but they're not that loud. They just don't care about. They just don't care about competing, right? But but I don't know if he'll get involved. I think Steve Duncan's is like a 170. I've not seen Matt, so I don't know what his is. But some of those guys, if they want to get involved, they'll be able to. Well, we hope they do, because it'll just be good for the sport, you know. But I don't know who all will.
I'll holler at him and see if we can get him to.
Yeah. So Sundown got behind us on this. They're the ones that allowed us to do it. They thought it was a good idea. And I don't know if they have an award particularly for it or not, but I think they do, but I'm not positive. Greg know better because Greg is kind of, you know, how you say, made all this happen. Yeah. So we'll see, you know.
Absolutely.
Well, I can tell you so far in the Cyclone classes, nobody is even approaching it at 30 hertz.
Right.
So,
that's what I'm saying.
We got some great competitors in it, but they're
Cyclones
10, 12 dB, you know, they're 10 or 12 dB away from it. And even in the Typhoon with the upper 20s, 28 and 29, they're also 10 dB away from 170 at 30.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, some pretty good names, including a couple of trunk. Well, the trunks are always hard to do at something like that, but trunks 130. At 30 hertz, 155 maybe at 30, but the wall and the no wall, just barely above a 160. So it's going to be a while for someone to do a 170 at 30 hertz.
Right. Yeah.
I'm doing like a 153. I think I'm a 153 on there, like 39 hertz. Jimmy, you're wrong, man. You're at 157. Don't sell yourself short, man. That must have been the day I told you to, or I stole those. Oh yeah, I did rerun it. Okay, sorry.
He was probably parked next to a kicker build, made him a little louder.
Yeah, 100, absolutely. Somebody pulled beside me and opened the doors up while I was running.
Yeah, was the vehicle? It was in front of the seat, though, right? In the kicker build, not in your actual build.
Yeah, it was in the kicker build. It wasn't mine.
Okay. Kicker subs, resilient subs.
We definitely appreciate you guys, you know, and like I said, we definitely appreciate the hell out of Tajin. You know, that's one of the big things that I wanted to kind of announce this weekend is we will be at the Icky Nickel at 7. Well, it's our 712 is one of our favorite shows that we have there. And we always say it's 712, but it's not 712. It's the Icky Nickel. And I appreciate the establishment.
It's a great little bar and grill. Fantastic.
Volleyball plays. Hell, I think they have a shooting range where we're actually camp at. I think they turned that into like a golf shooting ball or something like that, a long distance driving range there. Because if
I wonder if Donald Trump go there.
Garage stores don't count? No. That's what I said. I think I got like a 53. I don't think it's very loud. But, you know, it is what it is. We definitely appreciate the invitation. We appreciate that place. And we appreciate you guys because, you know, let's be truthful. Without you guys, we wouldn't be doing finals.
That's true.
It'd be kind of silly for us to do finals and just sit there and look at each other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, first and foremost,
I get tired of looking at Jimmy and Sonia. They get tired of listening to me. So.
So no, I really do think that this year is going to be a little different, but be a little bit more fun because we'll have Dan there. He'll be running a new show the same day to kind of let a little bit more people come in and have fun for them.
I think you guys are going to have fun. I really do.
I do. I think it's going to be an amazing weekend. Really, really do. 100%.
And I am posting up all that stuff right now on us here, Jimmy. I do have the site updated. So got a nice little Icky Nickel icon right up on the top for everybody.
Okay.
It will be fun regardless. I don't care if it's snowing. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'll make a small snowman.
The bad part is you never know with the Midwest and what it's going to be. One year it could be snowing. The next year it could be 100 degrees. The next year it could be 20 degrees and you're out there freezing your ass off and you got so you never know. Honestly, you really never know. It depends on the weather and whether or not I'm actually going to be in a camper or be in a hotel room.
Right. Well, they got little space heaters, right?
But it's not going to work if I got to use their bathroom and use the water and all that other stuff because it's going to freeze up, and it freezes in campers.
Oh, not cool.
Not work. So.
Not cool. I remember Jamie Bielowski telling me that like their amps won't even come on until they get warmed up. Like literally, they won't come on. They won't power. Like if you cut them on, they won't come on until temperature rises a little bit.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know why that would happen, it depends on how the amps are made. But the capacitors, you know, they have this paste inside, right? But that stuff freezes, and so it won't allow the circuits to complete. You know, so that they have to warm up before the capacitors will work and pass power through. Pretty much, that's the.
It's not a metal or a solid until it warms up enough. It's more like a plasma, if you will, or
a gel.
Something similar to that. It's like a gel, but it doesn't pass that electrical current. And if that doesn't happen, you're not at electrical operating voltage or operating temperature. And that's the way they work.
Yeah. You know, but I've seen some pretty amazing shit that runs just fine in the cold. So we'll figure it out just like we always do. Even if we got to put up a damn separate tent and put some damn warming heaters in there, we'll figure it out. We always do.
That's right.
We're from the Midwest. We ain't no pussies here. Right. We're used to the cold. We know how to deal with it.
Well, all right, Jimmy, send us home, man. I'm hungry.
Yeah. All right. Well, we definitely appreciate everybody.
Dan, thank you for being on here.
Hey, not a problem, Billy. Always a great time with you guys. And Jimmy, I will see you in a little bit under 2 months. Billy, next year for Wheel Jam, if you need the extra info for it, hit me up sometime in April. I know that the dates are already solid and put in place. We'll be there.
Yeah, I plan to hit that one. I saw some big truck races I want to go see.
We can help you out with that. We got there's demolition vehicles, there's races, there's like I said, the nighttime semi parade. We got everything.
I had no idea. I had no idea about that.
It's a fantastic area.
Yeah, it says all kind of crap. It's so good. I think maybe you didn't send me a date when you sent the file or something. And I went to look and I wound up pulling up their event cover and they had big truck races, regular races, all kind of stuff.
It's got everything. And the second best thing that's there, the South Dakota Barbecue Championships. If you want
sign me
chicken,
up, dude. I'm
ribs,
hungry right now. I'm
brisket,
so hungry.
whatever,
I don't even know if I've
we
eaten
can get
stuff
you
yet.
that. Bring a lot of cash. Lots of cash for the barbecue because
I'm just piggyback off you on that.
Billy's always hungry. You're right about that.
Right.
5 or 6 plates of barbecue, man. 10, 15, 20 bucks a plate with or without a drink sometimes. We can get you there, man.
Right.
All right. And on that note, appreciate you guys. Love you. Have a great weekend, week,
See you later,
whatever.
buddy.
And we will see you guys soon.
Yeah. See y'all.